After all these years, I've got some wrongs to right. Welcome to Season 11 of Mr. 96's Pop Reviews. My name is Mr. 96. Though Season 11 might be an overstatement since this will likely be my only video of the year, but I digress. More importantly, today is the 10th anniversary of my first ever video. That video didn't make it to YouTube at the time due to Warner Music Group blocking it, but it was uploaded to Dailymotion on September 8th, 2015. I was just a young 19-year-old in college, but now I'm a young 29-year-old in unemployment. So, you know, progress. And for my 10th pop anniversary, I felt it was only right that I remake my debut episode and review Marvin Gaye by Charlie Puth featuring Meghan Trainor. Now, some of you may be wondering why I'm reviewing a 10-year-old song instead of a modern one. After all, it's my one shot to review something this year. Well, there are two reasons. One, 2025 has mostly been a rehash of 2024 with barely any original songs in the top 20 for most of the year. In fact, a friend of mine called this year 2022 again, since 2022 was mostly a rehash of 2021. But two, I wanted to remake my first episode because I feel like I completely fumbled that one. Sure, anyone's first ever video is going to look like shit compared to their later stuff, but the Windows Movie Maker editing is not what I'm talking about. My problem is that I was not harsh enough on a song that does not deserve any praise. In the last 5 years, I've done my best to not be angry or whiny like I used to be, and I genuinely try not to be mean when I don't have to. But this song, if you thought a full decade would soften my feelings on this, you would be dead wrong. Despite my music taste changing drastically over the last 10 years, Marvin Gaye by Charlie Puth has only gotten worse and worse each time I hear it. So let's get right into it, starting with the very first line.
And now, Charlie Puth.
Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on.
And my first thought is, why did you make Marvin Gaye a verb? Yes, I know the intent is that it's supposed to be a euphemism for getting it on, referencing Marvin's classic song, Let's Get It On, but all you're doing by using Marvin Gaye as a euphemism is reminding me that I should be listening to that song instead of yours. Don't use someone's name as a verb if you're trying to be sensual. Seriously, try any other artist and it will sound like a joke. Hey baby, let's Akon and smack that. Let's Jeremiah and birthday sex. Or how about let's Silento and watch me whip. Though to my surprise, what Silento whipped out wasn't his penis, but instead his gun because he murdered his cousin. Didn't see that coming in 2015. The one thing I remember about living through 2015 was that music felt so fresh at the time, coming off the awful 2014, but looking back a decade later, it's crazy how much that sound has aged. For example, here's what Drake was doing in 2015.
I know when that hotline blink, that can only mean one thing.
And here's Drake in 2025.
I don't give a fuck if you love me. I don't give a fuck if you like me. Asking me how did it feel? Can't say it didn't surprise me.
Speaking of which, one thing that hasn't changed in 10 years is me being a certified Drake hater. And on the topic of haters, I've been a Meghan Trainor hater since day one, and nothing she's done in the last decade has shifted my opinion. In 2014, she was supposedly this up-and-comer who stood for body positivity, but that was mostly a lie since the last decade has proven that she doesn't stand for anything other than being a lame mom with the personality of your nagging aunt. Really, Meghan and Charlie are almost perfect for each other, but by perfect, I mean like if the annoying orange had a crossover with Caillou. No wonder Puth was the true love in the video for Dear Future Husband, the other rancid Meghan Trainor hit of 2015. Despite being a self-proclaimed Meghan hater, I don't have much more to say about her, and I honestly don't need to. She hasn't been relevant in the decade since, and the world realized that after that terrible second album in 2016, where she tried to be a 90s pop diva but with even less charisma than the Descendants franchise. If anything, her flameout after winning Best New Artist at the Grammys was completely expected, so to honor her legacy, let's Meghan Trainor and no. At the very least, Charlie Puth made a good second album with voice notes, so his music production is something I can analyze. Anyways, we got sidetracked after just one line. What's the next one? Back from the top.
Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on. You got the healing that I want.
If you don't know, healin' is another Marvin Gaye reference, specifically sexual healing.
And when I get that feeling, I want sexual healing.
Seriously, this song is so much better and way more sexual than that Charlie Puth crap. Hell, I don't even think Charlie got the genre right. Marvin Gaye made Motown soul, yet the Puth song sounds like Meghan Trainor's brand of 50s doo-wop, which is probably why he got her to duet with him. If this sounds like any classic artist, it sounds more like Pat Boone in the 50s, another white artist who was an affront to all black music. That would also explain why this song sounds like Charlie Puth never heard a Marvin Gaye song in his life.
You got to give it up to me. I'm screaming mercy, mercy, please.
Okay, so the first line is a reference to Marvin's Gotta Give It Up, a funky track from the 70s that led to the eventual Blurred Lines lawsuit about 40 years later, but that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is the Mercy Mercy line, which 10 years ago I didn't realize was Charlie Puth's most disrespectful line ever.
Whoa, mercy, mercy me.
Mercy Mercy Me is a song lamenting the sad state of the environment. It has a clear purpose and intent, yet Charlie Puth decided to take this serious song about a serious topic and turn it into a euphemism for his sexual moans.
I'm screaming mercy, mercy, please.
Mercy, mercy, please. You're grabbing on my weenus. You can't even get your sexual innuendos right. Why would anyone willingly French kiss to this song like the video implies? I don't see why anyone would want to have sex or even masturbate to this song. Though maybe that's a blessing in disguise because Charlie Puth is more than happy to share how his first ever jerking song was This Love by Maroon 5. Look, when Adam Levine says you're weird for telling him his breakout song popped your jerking cherry, that's a sign you've shared too much. And we're talking about the same Adam Levine who would later be caught sending horny DMs to Instagram models while his supermodel wife was pregnant. It's ironic because Charlie even made a song about the dangers of Instagram models, so I guess you could say this is one sad circle jerk. At the end of the day, this song hasn't aged particularly well. Hell, it was dated even by 2015. It's the Kids Bop equivalent to sexual music. No, not even Kids Bop. It's the worship jams of popular music.
It's worship jams.
Every move I make, I'm making you make me move, Jesus.
I still can't believe I saw this on Nickelodeon. But I also can't believe Charlie Puth made a Marvin Gaye tribute so bad that he got the genre wrong. Or at least that's what I thought until doing research for this episode. I can't believe I completely forgot about this quote, but back in 2015, Charlie Puth said this in an interview with Billboard. I've got an EP that I'm finishing up this month, and I want to keep that throwback vibe, but with some new drum sonic twists. Like in Marvin Gaye, when Megan's voice comes in, it drops into this trap thing with this hard-ass distorted 808. I'm looking to contemporize it like what Motown Soul would sound like in 2015. What Motown Soul would sound like in 2015? Buddy, no. No. This is not what Motown Soul would sound like in 2015. This isn't what Motown Soul would sound like in any era. You know what Motown Soul had that you don't, besides darker skin pigmentation? They had soul. Your bullshit sounds like corporate slop made for trad wives too scared of J. Cole. I mean, here's the raunchy part of this song.
And when you leave me all alone.
The only notable 2015ism in the song is a trap breakdown during Meghan Trainor's verse, which again painfully dates it to this era while also not working as a tribute to whatever genre you thought this was. And that's all you really need to know. This song fails both as a sex jam and as a tribute to Marvin Gaye. Every reference feels awkward and unnatural, and the Mercy Mercy reference is just straight up insulting because it took a serious song and turned it into another one of Charlie's pleasure moans. While I stopped using the 96 scale for pop reviews a few years ago, I'm bringing it back today to say what I should have said 10 years ago. In my first video, I gave this a 3 out of 10. Nah, it's a 0. It was awful back then, and it's only gotten worse with every listen. I'm so glad that people today don't remember this song. Let's just hope it doesn't become a TikTok trend or something.
Till the dawn, let's Marvin Gaye, get it on. Ooh.
Thank thank you all for coming back on my 10th pop anniversary. When I said before that I needed a hiatus, that was an understatement, as 2025 has been rough on me. I was busy directing a short film for school, had to look for a job, and gained a lot of weight, so I was not in great mental or physical shape to make videos. As of the time I'm recording this, I fortunately lost 10 pounds in the last 3 months, and I don't want to stop because by the time this video gets published, I'll be in Italy gaining some vacation weight. But that's enough of me, because the real stars of this channel are my patrons on Patreon who've had to put up with my infrequent schedule. For just $1 per video, you can join my patron-only Discord server, where we chat and chill, and at $2 per video, you get to vote on what songs I review for my series 2000s Childhood Pop. At $5 per video, you get to be listed in my Names of Fame, and at $10 per video, you get a personal shout through the heart, along with Casey Vellante, Jason Semler, and Prideful Zella. I don't know if I'll have time for a 2000s Childhood Pop episode this year, since I'll be out of town in November as well, but I do want to get back to my bread and butter. Once again, I'm Mr. 96. If you want to see more pop reviews, click the subscribe button below and tap that bell to be notified when I drop a new episode. Anyways, thank you for a decade of support. It's good to be back. Pop songs may come in numbers, but there's only one 96.
너의 그 말, 그 잔인한 말